What's poppin', yo? We just got what we thought we would never receive, what we thought was potentially not even real, which is the video footage of the alleged robbery of Gucci Mane by Pooh Shiesty and his gang in them.
Oh, you dropping this done deal.
Bro, let them know
It's a done deal.
bro.
It's a done deal.
Let them know you dropping me,
I
bro.
drop you.
No, say it.
You actually dropped from 1017.
Shout out to real never did no police or none of that, bro. Tell them what's going on.
Bro, we just did that. That's done.
What you do?
You dropped. You said you want to be dropped. You dropped.
You signed the paper and
I
it's
signed the paper.
everything.
It's done.
So there are a couple of different things we need to break down. As we can obviously hear, we hear in the yellow, RD, Roderick Davis, they've got his face covered, which means he might be a witness, but we already hear the voice. We know who they're talking about. And then we've got Big 30 behind the camera. We've got Shiesty's mans with the Draco, which goes with the description of what they were telling us in the paperwork. And then you've got Shiesty, and then I think you've got his father. So Pooh Shiesty's out. Keep in mind, Pooh Shiesty is... this is the problem here. It seems like Gucci Mane, like from when I'm looking at this, I think they robbed him after this because you could see his earrings in one of the frames and they were probably really upset with him not cooperating. And I'm not gonna lie, this looks like an ISIS video from from 15 years ago, like 20. That was a 2010s era, right? 2010 to 2015 when they were cracking in Iraq and Syria. And they were having these videos, these hostage videos. That's what it looks like here. Some people are saying that, yo, Gucci Mane, man, he doesn't look scared. He just, well, what does scared look like? Do you expect him to be shrieking? Like there's a Draco right next to you. He's probably in shock and he's handling the situation calmly. So respect to Gucci Mane for handling not a traumatic situation. I don't want to call it that because he's been through a lot worse, but a high stress situation and an unexpected situation in the way that he did. And I mean, he probably thought he was safer with the security. So when Gucci Mane walks towards the guy with the gun, I think he knows like, yo, these guys are not going to shoot me right here. There's no way. But you see Big 30 move the camera with him. And then he gets the gun in the frame. So I think it was his intention for them to get this cut up video of Gucci Mane with the gun so people see like, yo, I'm not just saying this just to say it. And there are a couple of people that are saying like, yo, Gucci Mane couldn't sign him out of his deal. Atlantic is the one that signed Pooh Shiesty. I don't believe that's the case. Obviously, we don't have the real paperwork, but Gucci Mane signed Pooh Shiesty, and he has a joint venture label deal with Atlantic Records for distribution. So in this scenario, you usually have full control and can do whatever you want. It's like when TDE was with Interscope, I think, for a long time, or you had QC, the label. They were with Motown, I think it was, or Capitol. They moved around a little bit, but Coach K and P were able to operate their label however they wanted. They could sign whoever they wanted and they could drop whoever they wanted. The label just offered like label services. So Pooh Shiesty, I believe he was correct in going to Gucci Mane here. But you see this and you think, what was Pooh Shiesty thinking? And my thought is like, he's not as dumb as everybody thinks because he wanted a video where Gucci Mane was like, hey man, I'm with Pooh Shiesty and he's dropped from his label. And you've got Gucci Mane that's like, yo, I can't just say that out loud in a way that people think I'm serious. So I think he had some cause for concern for Shiesty getting dropped. Now the problem here is too, Pooh Shiesty, it's almost like kid that believes in Santa Claus and he's finding out that, yo, Santa Claus ain't a thing. Tooth Fairy ain't a thing. Sorry to burst anybody's bubble who may be an adult that believes in that. But he's like, man, you see, you gangster never did nothing, never did no telling, never did no police stuff. And this is hilarious. Now, keep in mind, this is before the robbery, from what I'm gathering. Maybe they robbed him of something and then they took his earrings and whatever the case may be. But I think Shiesty is like, yo, listen, you just got to take it on the chin, right? Like all I did was get myself signed off of your record label and I did it in a gangster way. You should respect that. And then, I don't know, come get it back in blood, which funny enough, he's the guy that was on the song, Get It Back in Blood. And he was on there with Dirk, who's also in federal, he's in jail right now awaiting his trial, which, yeah, geez, that's been a very long time. So he thinks that, Gucci Mane, no way he tells. And then I think he got so angry that he robbed him after because he's like, this guy's not complying. And then after the robbery, there's no way that he thought, this guy's not gonna tell. He probably thought like, man, Gucci Mane would never tell. We just gonna have to, up how much people is around me while this is going on. Keep in mind, you've got father-son duo right here. The father's involved in this. You would think somebody has some sense because I don't know his father's history, if his father's been locked up before, but we know his father's free now. So if his father has been locked up before, you would think father's the 40s, 50s, who knows how young he had Pooh Shiesty. He should be like, this is a terrible idea. We can't do this. But they go through with it anyway, and he's involved. And this is Big 30's video. And some people were saying like, they're inclined to believe that Big 30 is telling. I don't know. I don't want to put that out there. I wouldn't have booked Big 30 as the guy telling, but we would get a little bit more detail into Pooh Shiesty from Sean Cotton's mans of Say Cheese, who had actually met Pooh Shiesty and had talked to him before he came home.
That's that Memphis. That's that Memphis.
Yeah. No emotion at all.
No, just do it.
So when you met him, he didn't come off as cocky, chest out, or none of that?
Bro, when I met him, it seemed like he was rehabilitated. Like, man, I'm on a whole new route. Whoop, like,
but why did he mention the 10 million?
Cause I said so, like, cause I asked him, I said, so, how you and Gucci? He like, man, I ain't gonna lie between me and you. And he told me like 10 million, but it's good. I'm gonna recoup all that.
So he was positive about it.
Yes. He like, it is what it is. But in the back of his mind, it was some all other bullshit.
Gucci said some shit to him, right?
Probably so.
Cause did you see the text messages that leaked with the six 30s? I need 6 30s. You didn't see that? Wow. It was a text message that leaked, and in the group chat, he was like, man, I need 6 certified members for when I pull up on.
Yeah, I did see that. I did see that.
So
I did see
it probably went south.
Probably so. But see, when he told me that Gucci, he like, it is what it is. Like, I'm gonna end up getting all back. I'm like, yeah, cause like it's your first day back. You gonna recoup all that. Like, I'm thinking maybe you gonna go about some legitimate way. Like, you get your money, then use that to whoa. Nah,
so fresh out of prison, usually come home level-headed, and then they slowly get back to their ways.
Yes. Everybody who get home in prison, I'm finna do this, I'm whoa. But I ain't gonna lie, once you touch that first dollar, you get right back in that mode, like, damn. This is what I've been
So you guys remember when Pooh Shiesty was locked up, right? Like, he had the kufi on. We didn't know if he was Muslim or not. He looked very different. Now, he was back in jail. You guys remember, he was maintaining his gangsterism. Like, there is this IG post that he put up while locked up. My mistake. This was on January 10th, actually. And this was from some potential accusations that were coming from Whack 100 or his exposers saying that Pooh Shiesty might have told. So he had to come out and let everybody know. And he would say they smacked us with more charges. Now, funny enough, Bradford Cohen, who was his attorney, also spoke and gave a statement saying, the allegation that Pooh gave up information in this case is idiotic. It's next level how stupid he is. Long story short, Pooh Shiesty gave up no one. We never cooperated with the government whatsoever. Our defense was that we blamed the alleged victims. The victims were trying to rob Pooh and his crew, and that's why the gun came out. So keep in mind, this was January 10th. They were printing out this paperwork to prove that they weren't telling on the same day that this video clip happened. So you could tell that Pooh Shiesty, he was like, man, I would never tell under any circumstance. He's facing snitching accusations. And he's like, Gucci, he just like me. We cut from the same cloth. He would never tell. He's suffering from the same thing that Dirk was suffering from, which is thinking that everybody's as real as you. I guess they've got soul ties now, or especially since they had that amazing song together. Or you could call it soulless ties with the type of activity that they were going through. Pooh Shiesty especially. I think he's far more ruthless than Dirk. I don't think Dirk would do something like this. Dirk's got his ops, but those are like personal, people getting and stuff like that. This is Gucci Mane. This is a bad business deal. I think Lil Durk was better at handling business. So this all happens the same day, January 10th. And funny enough, from the Sean Cotton video of his mans, he's like, yeah, you know, he wasn't on that type of time. And something may have happened between Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane where he felt disrespected. Now, a lot of people are now saying, yo, Pooh Shiesty's an idiot. He's such a dumb criminal, this and that. One thing I do have to counter that is smart criminals aren't entertaining. The smart criminal is the one that you don't know does crime, that you don't hear about, that doesn't want attention. So, of course, he's not going to be entertaining. So the entertaining criminal has to be dumb to a degree. Like K Flock, that was one hell of an entertaining criminal. He's locked up. Take A, that was one hell of an entertaining criminal. He's locked up, made a song, called the race, did the race, and blew up, and he's going to be locked up for the rest of his life. Maybe come out when he's 78, and who knows? He's going to come out to just robots running everything. Well, AI kind of sucks, so we'll see how it progresses by then. Who else is Lil Durk? I do think Lil Durk is the smartest you could get as a criminal. Because let's break down Durk a little bit. He got picked up for the alleged murder for hire. So he was like 2 degrees of separation from what actually happened. So somebody that worked with Durk had contracted, allegedly, these guys to go and commit the potential hit on Quando Rondo. And they used Durk's company card when he said not to use his cards. But this is kind of smart, if you want to call it that. Now, if you're saying that smart means you don't get caught, then that's just ridiculous. There's no way. That's people that are, like, we're talking about people that went to university, people that have been trained, and there are teams of them in the federal government. It's a team of 10 to 1 that the guy's not going to get caught eventually. No, he's going to get caught. Now, Lil Durk, he wasn't moving like that himself. So Lil Durk is as smart as you could get as a criminal that's also entertaining to a degree. And he kept it kind of low after the whole thing happened. Now, yeah, he would drop lyrics here and there, but it wasn't anything that could get him indicted. Now, Pooh Shiesty is definitely the dumbest criminal in hip-hop history, for sure. And he's not as entertaining personality-wise. It's just his actions are bizarre. And keep in mind, Bradford Cohen, the guy that represented Pooh Shiesty on the last case, and he was also the guy that put out a statement with this paperwork on January 10th, he's the guy that dropped Pooh Shiesty when these charges first came. Well, he was Pooh Shiesty's attorney. Bradford Cohen is also the guy that, if a cat has 9 lives, Bradford Cohen gave Kodak Black 10 or 11 lives with how many times he's been able to get him out of an extended jail or prison sentence. So when he dropped Pooh Shiesty after picking up the case and said, yeah, you know, these guys in Texas, they're going to be able to handle it, he probably saw this video, he probably saw the text, and he said, yeah, brother, you're cooked. I'm not messing up my clean record. I'm trying to be like Floyd out here. You're good, and hopefully someone else can pick that up for you. He just threw one of his lawyer homies a bag. He's like, hey, listen, you guys aren't going to win this, but, you know, I got to keep my reputation up in the hip hop sphere. I'm going to throw you guys this. You'll make like a couple of M's helping this guy fight this case, and he's going to lose, obviously. And, you know, we'll go golfing next time you guys are in Southern Florida. I can imagine that being a conversation. But yeah, fortunately for Gucci Mane, it looks like he's winning on all fronts. However, this is one thing that irritates me. We're not going to give Gucci Mane free leeway of like, yeah, man, Gucci Mane was right to tell. Gucci Mane would constantly go to the most thugged out, grimy cities and he would go out and say, yo, I'm signing the Savages. Where are the Savages? I want to sign them. So when he went and signed Pooh Shiesty and Fujiano, keep in mind, Fujiano was a guy that was already on the run. There was some charge, some shooting. And then when he got locked up, he was dating this girl named Rennie Rucci, and he threatened Trey Songz. He was behind lockup, and he was on a call threatening Trey Songz because Trey Songz liked a pic or had been seen with Rennie Rucci. And he was saying like, yo, Trey Songz, I'm going to come out of here and I'm going to make sure to handle you if you keep messing with my girl. So this guy is sending threats to a public figure on a jail phone. And that's one of the guys that was signed to the new 1017. I think he was from Memphis too. Big Scar, he unfortunately had passed away, I believe, from a accidental drug overdose or something like that. But he was cousins or very close with Pooh Shiesty. And then you've got Pooh Shiesty, of course, who we've seen get into multiple shootings and robberies even after he had a deal. So for Gucci Mane, and Gucci Mane's done this several times. So Gucci Mane is getting, let's just make the analogy of wild, exotic animals, right? Like you see a guy with a tiger and he's raising a grown tiger, eventually, if the tiger tears him to shreds, you're like, listen, man, it's very hard to feel bad for you. That's what a tiger does. Its instinct is to shred. Its instinct is to tear you apart. You're a little toy compared to it. Now, with Gucci Mane, for him to get robbed by a guy that he knows does armed robberies and is known to be a savage, even in his own city, we're going to feel bad and be like, man, poor Gucci. Nah, he knew what he was getting in bed with. And he took the risk and he made millions of dollars while he was doing that. And he portrayed himself as a gangster, or Gucci was a gangster. And now he's telling, no. There is no letting this go for Gucci. This is an embarrassment for Gucci. And I don't care what people say. Like, you don't get to choose when you're quote unquote mature. Like, nah, you signed this guy while you were mature. Keep in mind, Gucci signed this guy. This wasn't old Gucci that signed him 10 years ago. Gucci Mane signed him after he had come out, cleaned himself up, did the book. He was with Keisha Kaur, all that other stuff. So I don't want to hear any of that. Gucci Mane is not getting a pass to tell. This is straight hypocrisy from Gucci Mane. And do I blame him for telling? No. But I'm not going to be like, yeah, man, he's smart. Like, we like that move. Nah, absolutely not. But Pooh Shiesty, I don't even know how much time he's going to get. But this is going to be an entertaining trial, because if this is what they're showing us, that means there's got to be a lot more coming down the pipeline. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed. And I'm going to see y'all in the next one.